Final thoughts, concluding comments. This is the last 2x4 devotion for this year. By the way, thanks for joining me today. But last words are important. They are significant. Take phone calls, for example. When Amy and I wrap up a phone call, it always ends with, I love you. And it doesn't matter if we've been talking about the calendar or if we've been problem solving about something or trying to figure out who had the checkbook last. It doesn't matter. The phone call ends with, I love you. Last words. Worship services come to a conclusion with words that send the congregation out. Now, there's a fancy word for these final words at the close of a service. They're called the benediction. At one time, a teenager told me that her favorite part of the service was the benediction, not because it signaled the end of the service and finally we get to go to lunch, but because these were the words that echoed in her heart as she stepped back out into the world. I want to invite you to read Hebrews chapter 13, verses 20 and 21. These are very near the end of this power-packed, heavyweight New Testament book. And they are, in a way, last words. Everything that's been written before, after all the deep theology and the complicated teachings, verses 20 and 21 are the words that go with us. They are the words that send us forth. I'm going to summarize. May the God of peace equip you with everything for doing his will, and may he work in us what's pleasing to him. You know, the Christian life is not just about dressing up and going to church on Sundays, but instead, disciples of Jesus are to be about doing God's will and allowing him to change us. So it's both doing and changing. It's about being and serving. This is the blessing of the benediction upon us as God's children. And this is all accomplished through the grace and the glory, the help and the strength of Jesus Christ. And that's a great thing to hear as we get ready to close out another calendar year and begin a new year. To him be the glory. Would you pray with me? Heavenly Father, thank you for this reminder that you are at work in us and that you plan to work through us. Each day as we enter into the world, may you be at work in us through and to do that for the glory of your kingdom. Amen and amen.